MuchMusic headquarters in downtown Toronto with the white stripes. It is Jack. It is Meg. There you saw the two with Nardwar, the human serviette. Aren't you on the front cover of the album with a cord around your leg? Wasn't there a rumor kicking around the web that Meg was done? She had passed on.
Oh, that Meg was dead. Yeah, she's a robot.
Well,
Yeah.
when I broke her wrist, they had a theory that they were just updating me. Megbot 2.0, I believe.
Megbot version 2.0.
Now, isn't it kind of cool in that sense, though, to have all the pressure removed from you? To just, hey, man, I'm not even real.
I suppose, but if I was a robot, I should have perfect rhythm. That could be a problem.
You do have perfect rhythm, Meg.
Hey, man, you know, like George Clinton said, what you do from 2 to 4 is your own business. Just be there on the 1.
Exactly.
You know? Do you ever feel in this situation, you know, I mean, you're sitting on the kit, so drummers always get to watch. And you're watching this thing unfold in front of you, and just say, man, what is going on?
I don't get to watch. There's only 2 of us up there.
You're closer to the front of the stage than most drummers, so you can
That's
see what's
true.
going on.
I have to participate.
You haven't been watching the shows?
No, not at all.
Can I do that?
No.
Okay.
There will be none of that. You know, you're talking about the taxidermy thing off the top. People delve into your personal life. They kill you. Do you hate that? You never get to talk about it, but...
I mean, I don't know. It just depends. I guess everything has its place, you know.
But do you ever find that you're in a situation where you just wish you could talk to somebody and make things public? You ever have that kind of weird moment?
Not really.
Public?
No, that's never been anything I want to make public.
They've been doing a good job of that on their own, haven't they?
I guess so.
Yeah,
You know, that's cool.
very effective like that.
Time off. How much time off do you guys, do you get to a point where you're like, I need to go now?
Yeah, a lot of times. I mean, we just played Japan and Australia and New Zealand, and it was, I think we had 21 airplane rides in like 2.5 weeks or something like that. That starts to get, you know, you start to get really messed up because you don't know what time it is, you don't know when you're supposed to be asleep and when you're supposed to be awake, and you're just expected to play every night, you know. It's very difficult to keep that up, you know.
Do you click into autopilot? Can you actually just remove yourself from your own experience?
I think the problem is...
It's hard, you know. It's hard because it's like sit around, wait, and then, okay, be on! You play a really great show.
We don't use a set list, and we don't have, you know, any other people playing instruments in the band or anything, too, or we don't play it like it is on the record every time. We play it sort of different every time, so we can't really phone it in, you know, because we don't really have that standard phone-in set or whatever it would be, you know. I don't know.
If you mess up, like, everybody knows.
Yeah, I guess so. You know, sometimes in some bands, if you're a guitar player and there's 2 other guitar players and a bass player and a keyboard player on stage, I mean, you can just pretend to play and no one will notice, you know. I can't really pretend to play.
Like, man, I wish it was an Iron Maiden. They have 4 leads. Do you go through the whole battling loneliness when you're on the road and stuff and feeling disconnected from, you know, your world?
Yeah, actually, we sing a song that Lead Belly used to sing called Boll Weevil at the end of every show, most of the shows. And so talk about we get the crowd to sing with us, he's looking for a home, that I'm looking for a home. Because it's kind of like that, you know, you kind of like when you come back to Detroit, it seems like it's not really your home anymore. I mean, it's just another stop off because you're on your way to Cleveland or Toronto or something.
Hey, man, isn't that the home of Son House of Death? Isn't that what happened there?
That's right, yeah.
I mean, you talk about some legendary stuff that happens in Detroit. For some artists, they are where they come from.
Yeah.
You know, for you, are you where you come from musically now?
Oh, it's completely. I can say that without a doubt. When I look back at what we did, music we made, it sounds very Detroit to me. It sounds what I thought in my mind as a teenager what Detroit rock and roll was, the Stooges or you know, the MC5 or whatever it was. That's what it felt like was happening when we first started recording.
Were you mad at Kiss when you wrote that song?
A little bit before my time. I think I was born that year.
You're like, wait a minute, that's not. It's Detroit right now. It's the White Stripes sound and that sound, and then it's the Eminem sound, and it's this kind of weird little battle between you know, a diversity in a city, and often that doesn't get represented properly. I think within American urban centers, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
You know, when you travel across America, do you get the sense that there are things going on that people don't really know about?
You know, I don't know. I remember before we started going on tour, I remember thinking Detroit had such a great scene of bands, and there were so many good bands. And I thought every town had that same set of bands, you know, that we would go to another town and we'd discover their scene or whatever it was. When we first started going on tour, we started to realize that really other cities didn't really have it like Detroit had it, and I didn't know why, you know. We had like, you know, 20, 25 really amazing bands that were always playing every week. And we'd play other towns and local openers or whatever, local bands would open up for us, and it was never impressive. Like, we'd never get a hint that there was something else cooking around somewhere else. But I don't know. Maybe we were just biased or something.
When's the moment, like when you sat down as a kid and you went, oh, you know what, I'm doing this. Like, this is what I want to be a part of.
Well, it came sometime after the time that Jack tied me to the drum set.
Listen, you're going to play.
I'm just kidding.
That's
I
not
don't
true.
know. I just like the drums, eh?
Let's go back on the road for Speaker's Corner. Back with the Montreal. Montreal, another question for the White Stripes.
Hi, my name is Amy, and I'm in Montreal. I was just wondering, Jack, if the White Stripes ever come to an end, if you'd consider going back to upholstering furniture.
A reference to perhaps one of Jack's earlier jobs. When your band's called the Upholsterers as well?
Yeah, it was sort of a project. I apprenticed for this man named Brian Muldoon, and he played drums and I played guitar. And after we were done work for the day, we'd set up the equipment and play in the upholstery shop. And we did that 45 as an art project called The Upholsterers. There are a couple of old covers and a song we wrote together. And yeah, I don't know if I'd go back to it. It's a very difficult job. I think it's one of the most difficult trades, you know. If you want to talk about it, I can go into depth about scroll gimp and, button tufting and gooseneck webbing stretchers.
But think about the valuable lessons you learned, right? A, the value of the color red, and the value of the number 3.
Very much so, yeah. I learned a lot. I learned probably my best life lessons working in upholstery shops.
Except that his upholstery shop was all yellow and black.
That's right. My upholstery shop was yellow, black, and white. Right?
Well, you were just dying to be in Striper. You're like, I gotta be in Striper.
I just wanted to confine myself always, you know. I like to be confined.
You picked the wrong job.
I guess so. No, well, you know how it is. I mean, I like to be boxed in. I like to. The band is a box, you know. I like to fight out of all the time. We purposely constricted ourselves and kept ourselves from expanding, you know. Always about constriction with this band, and that helps me create. It helps when I'm forced to do that. I create better, I think.
It can be a big challenge, though, on your own soul, can't it? To be put in that spot?
It's okay, because I think, you know, you have to remember like the art nowadays and musical creativity that in the last 20 years or so, because of all the digital technology and all the advancements in technology, people have felt that the job is easier, and that it's easier to record music and to write something amazing, and you can make but the Beatles had 4 tracks, and they did Revolver and Sgt. Pepper on 4 tracks. You know, why should someone nowadays need 600 tracks on his computer? And you know what I mean? You're not constricting yourself. You're opening yourself up, but that opportunity is not really helping you. I think it's hurting.
I think they do it for the same reason like guys with small, drive big cars. Perhaps for the same reason, they're overcompensating for inability. Did you have a job, a part-time job that you looked at when you were younger and say that's where you learned valuable lessons?
I work about every single job you possibly can in the restaurant industry. Basically, that was my early days.
And you learned what not to do, right?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
There you go. It's
I learned how to drink very effectively.
You know how to drink effectively? That's really a short-term thing. Eventually that will catch up.
Suppose, yeah.
It is Meg, it is Jack, it is the White Stripes. More is Alive and Much after this.